So my girl, she's expressing her grievances about losing out on the guy. But what's interesting about it is, it's not like she was really being honest with herself with her assertion. She tried to blame Kevin Samuels. So I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna try to have this conversation with her as if we were actually talking. Let's get into it though.
You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers.
Have y'all ever had a relationship fail because of the type of content that your boyfriend was watching? I just saw this girl, and I'm gonna tag her below, and she was talking about how she lost her boyfriend to red pill content. Well, I basically lost my boyfriend to manosphere content. And that was the beginning of the end. I didn't know it though. One day I came home. I was in my vanity room. Okay, I have a room just for myself with my clothes and my makeup. In that room, I have a TV. One day, my ex, he comes in my room where I'm decompressing, mind you. And he goes on my TV and he says, "Baby, I want you to watch this creator with me." Okay. And I said, "Oh, okay," because at this point, me and him had been together for about a good 3 years. So I feel like when he was suggesting content to me, it's because he thought that I also might enjoy it. So I said, "Oh, okay. What type of content does he make?" And he says, "Well, he comes on his platform and he invites women on there and he basically argues with them." And I shit y'all not, the first question that came out of my mouth after he said that was, "Is he gay?" Because in my mind, I don't know an actual real man who goes out about his way to argue with a woman just to tell her about herself.
I'm already seeing where this is about to go. Ladies, I want to be honest with you. Men aren't sassy because they disagree with you. Y'all need to go ahead and stop blurring the lines and let's just call it spades. You do shit that we don't like. And if we don't say anything about it, you'll keep doing it. And it's a cancer to our spirit. We can't perform the way we need to. The same way a guy does something that you don't like and it bothers you and it turns you off and all of that is no different than a dude. Stop trying to make men feel bad for disagreeing with your behavior if there's a problem. Simple as that. This gentleman seems to really care enough to bring something to your attention. And maybe he just never did it without the platform. Because I'm getting the impression that he's felt like this or felt some type of way towards you for a while. He didn't know how to word it. So he's introducing you to someone who says what most men feel. Your initial thought is to attack him. Gotcha.
Because in my reality, okay, that don't happen, right? I didn't grow up with men who were around me that did that type of shit. And the ones that did do that type of shit, they were gay. So that's why I asked that question. He starts to laugh and he's like, "No, he's not gay. It's just that he likes to debate. He likes to go back and forth with the women and tell them how they're wrong." And I was like, okay, just go ahead and put it on. This motherfucker gonna put on Kevin Samuels. Mind you, I did not know who the hell he was at that point. And most people didn't know who he was at that point because he didn't blow up yet. He puts him on. And mind you, I'm just listening because I'm not watching. I'm taking off my makeup and shit. I'm hearing the content. I'm just like, I look at my ex at one point. I'm just like, "Can you take him off my TV, please?" So my ex just starts to laugh and he's like, "Oh, well, you don't like him?" I'm like, "Hell no, I don't like him." And then I start to like question him, like, why the fuck would I like him? So fast forward, me and my ex get into an argument. So we get into this fight, and basically he asked me why I wouldn't do something, like, or why I wasn't like taking him serious or paying attention to him about some shit he was trying to say. I can't really remember, but I told him I cannot take you seriously because you don't pay any of my fucking bills. That's why I'm not taking shit that you're saying seriously. This motherfucker gonna say, this is why women end up alone. I say, what women do you know that are ending up alone? He was like, that's the shit that I see when I'm watching those videos. Because he started to watch just not only Kevin, but he was watching, you know, other influencers who had the same type of content. So I told him, this is where I had to break it down for him a little bit. I had to hurt his feelings. I didn't really want to do it, but I'm just like, you getting out of fucking hand. Like, you really getting out of line. I was like, I don't know why someone like you is watching content from people like them. You, first of all, don't have the same money as them. You don't have the same lifestyle as them. You don't have the resources they have, and you don't have the platform they have.
Shit. I didn't know that she was about to be that spicy. Damn. Oh, the accuracy, the audacity, the unmitigated go. Shit, lady. You are either trolling extremely well, or you really believe the shit that you're saying. You basically just shit on your dude. You're pretty much telling that man he ain't shit. And you only there with that nigga because you can run him and control him. You pick and choose when you want to do this. You pick and choose when you want to be submissive. You pick and choose when you want to give him something. You pick and choose when you... Yo, for anybody who is out here talking about, Kevin Samuels hated women, Kevin Samuels didn't like y'all, he was gay, he was this, he was that. For everybody out there that's in their feelings about the way that he delivered his messages, I want you to take a real close look at this. Her attitude, the things that she were describing, she's telling you the money determined how she's going to act. She's telling you the way that he's positioned in his own life, his success or lack thereof determines how she looks at him. Not only that, the way that she's talking to that man is like he never even had a chance. She saw a victim. The type of dude that she described, she wouldn't be able to get away with that shit with. For one, because she looks like Flubber, Jigglypuff mixed in one. And then secondly, her attitude stinks. Her attitude and the way that she views the world is garbage. I can't believe you even came out of your mouth and talked to your guy like that. You open your legs to that dude. You talk to him like that? Yeah, I can tell you look at him a certain type of way. You never respected him at all. And on top of that, you're putting him on blast on social media. Yeah, I didn't know that shit was about to get that dark. Hold on. We ain't there yet.
So why the fuck is someone like you being influenced by someone like that? You, a grown-ass man, almost into his 30s, because at this point he was like 29, 28 or something like that. Almost into his 30s, you're listening to another grown man. You don't have your own ideology set. You don't have your own morals and values to follow. You're letting somebody else that don't even fucking know that you exist influence you. And you're a grown-ass man. You try to say you're a grown-ass man. That's fucking crazy. I didn't understand that. I really didn't. Because, yeah, social media is fun. but I cannot say I've ever been influenced by a fucking creator on here. Because, bitch, if you're trying to sell me some shit and I don't want it, I'm gonna keep fucking scrolling. If it sounds like some shit that don't sound right, I'm gonna let you know it don't sound right. But it's hardly ever I get influenced by somebody on here. And this grown-ass man wants me to take him serious. The one that's getting influenced by somebody, the one that don't pay bills. You want me to take you serious? What the fuck? I said you need to stop listening to the motherfuckers because they got you fucked up. And now you got me fucked up. He just shut the fuck up. He didn't say nothing else. He didn't say shit after that. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to talk to you when I get home. And I hung up. And that was the end of that conversation. I should have known that that was going to be a problem. Okay. Now, another thing too, if you have a boyfriend that has, and this is not all of them. This is not all of them. This was just the one that I had. And there are many others that are like him. Okay. So please don't get this confused. Do not run with this shit. Okay. Sometimes men, where they have an absence of a father in their life, if he sees a man talking about things that other men respond well to, then he will also try to adopt their ideas, adopt that behavior, because they think that a man is teaching them something that they don't know because they didn't have one growing up. So now they're looking for that. Is what I'm trying to say. I hope I said that right. My thing is this, though. If you're going to listen to them type of people, you got to make sure everything else in your life matches up with them too. Okay. Not just your mentality about women. You got to make sure your finances match up. You got to make sure your looks match up. You got to make sure all the decisions that you make in your life got to match up with theirs too. See, it's more than just having, you know, an influenced mind, right? If you really feel like how that person feels and you want your life to reflect that, you want to move how they move, you got to have your whole life looking just like how theirs look. And his life wasn't looking like that. Okay, like I said, he wasn't doing anything other than the bare minimum. And I really do feel like that was the beginning of the end, tip of the iceberg. Also, it's no shade to Kevin Samuels. I know that that man passed away. I'm not trying to disrespect him, but that was part of my story. Also, I do want to say this, okay? I saw some comments in my last video that they were saying I was rage baiting. Bitch, this ain't no fucking rage baiting. I told you what the fuck happened and I left. I hardly even responded to most of the comments on there because most people thought that I was just saying shit just because I wanted to get reactions. No, I gave my confessional, my testimonial, and I fucking left. Like, there really is nothing else, you know, to rage bait about. I told y'all a story that happened to me, and that's it. But yeah, y'all, tip of the iceberg.
Right. Let's go ahead and make this perfectly clear, ma'am.
Round one, fight.
You are in no position to tell a person their value or their worth. You are built like uncooked biscuits. Someone put them in the oven. They turned the stove up to 400 degrees. They only left them in for 10 minutes and took it out. You want to get on the internet and try to humiliate this man? All this anger, all of this frustration that you are oozing, the way that you talked about him, that relationship wasn't going to last anyway. You didn't respect him. And I want the men and the women who watch this or have already seen this clip, I want you to understand something. Women like her exist. And they're everywhere. It's not trolling. Some of it is. A lot of it isn't. It be women who aren't even aesthetically in a position to make these type of demands, saying the most wild stuff. Everybody deserves love. You love whoever you want. You connect with whoever you connect with. It doesn't matter what shape or size. Your level of love for someone is not determined by how much money you put in. Just because he doesn't make 80,000, 60, 70, $100,000 a year does not mean that he is not capable of being a leader in his house. Doesn't mean that he can't take care of his family. It doesn't mean that he can't protect you. It doesn't mean he can't fuck you right. It doesn't mean he can't be romantic. Why would you get up here and say this shit like it's supposed to be rule of thumb? The same energy you had towards him, take that same energy to a gym. Get on that treadmill. Start eating some lettuce. Corn on the cob. No butter. The hell wrong with you? Clearly something was appealing to you and you gave it up. You opened that box up. Yeah. Stop fronting and acting as if you settled for him. You didn't just settle. You didn't have no other choice. If we're looking at it that way, my nigga, you couldn't get the type of guy that you telling him that he need to be. So what does that say about you? If he's so weak and so not important or a factor, what does that say about you settling for him if it was really like that? Kevin Samuels ain't got nothing to do with your relationship being a failure. Your lack of respect for your guy is the reason why your relationship was a failure. The dude tapped into some information that was allowing him to see himself in a different light. You didn't like it, and you tried to stall him out. And y'all ended up going your separate ways. And he probably wasn't even a bad dude to you. But guess what? You're probably going to fuck up the next relationship and the next one and the next one after because of your attitude. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Am I off? Did I see something inaccurate here? Talk to me. It's